The first 3 seconds of your TikTok video are so important. If you don't engage people in those first 3 seconds, they're swiping past. So I'm Tina, the face behind Hungry by Nature, and yeah, thanks so much for joining us today.
Do you have any sort of tips about how to launch it and begin to get the gusto behind it?
I mean, the first thing is just to create the account and just start making videos. You know, you might get lucky and it'll take off at the start, or it'll take you a few videos to figure it out. But the only way to do it is to just get started. The other thing I would say is don't do dances. Unless you're a really good dancer, but we're beyond that phase now. It's just about how creative you can get and how you can entertain.
Is there a sweet spot you found about how many times you're publishing content on a weekly or fortnightly basis?
When we first started on TikTok, and because we were in lockdown, we had nothing to do, I was posting consistently 3 times a day. You're not always gonna hit the same For You pages every time you post a video. The more videos I put out, the more different sort of audiences I reached.
Do you have any tips for businesses when it comes to, you know, really executing and staying on brand?
If you come on TikTok, I think you just have to be more transparent. As a brand, people love to see that transparency. People like to see how things work. And once you find that style and people resonate with that, like just, I guess, double down on that really. And I think for brands not to take themselves so seriously. At the end of the day, it's all just about having fun. And I think they're entertained by the fact that brands don't take themselves seriously. They can make fun of themselves and it's all good.
How do you go about creating your engaging TikToks?
It comes down to, I guess, the quality of the content. Always keeping in mind that, you know, when you are creating content, you want it to have a takeout. I would say the first 3 seconds of your TikTok video are so important. If you don't engage people in those first 3 seconds, they're swiping past.
Have you seen any other particular type of brand content that works best out there? So thinking more so from different organizations publishing content.
Oh yeah, tons. There are brands and businesses on there doing amazing things. There's no one way to do things as a brand. So I think sometimes it really helps having a face or voice behind it to make it more personable. But yeah, you just have to get on there and try and create videos, and then you'll kind of find your flow. There's a lot of things coming for businesses, business profiles and things like that I have heard of. As a brand or business, I would 100% get on TikTok and just start creating.
What tends to be the stuff that you've invested in to make sure your TikTok content looks great?
It's really not about like the hardware or the cameras that you have, because a lot of big TikTokers literally just shoot everything off their phones. As long as you're creating a good video and an entertaining video, it doesn't matter what you're really shooting off.
Are there any, I guess, final TikTok gems that you'd like to share with the community we have on today?
What I guess I tell everyone is quality of content and consistency is key, especially with TikTok becoming more and more competitive now over time and more people jumping on board. You really have to find something that really sets you apart. You know, you'll go through periods where your videos will flop, you know, and you'll go through periods where you might have some viral videos. And when videos flop, most people tend to think you're shadow banned. A lot of the time, or it's the algorithm, something's wrong. But most of the time, it's not, it's your content. I think the best feedback you can get is the feedback you get on your video. If it's not getting the views, if it's not getting the engagement, it means it really wasn't that good. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thanks everyone for joining as well. It's been a pleasure.